This is my new favorite model home. From the finishes to the lot size to the location, it just checks all the boxes. Today, we're gonna be about 30 minutes north of San Antonio in Boerne, Texas, checking out the second model home here in Caliza Reserve. We already checked out the Toll Brothers. Today, we're gonna highlight Chesmar Homes. Alongside giving you guys a tour of this gorgeous model, we're gonna let you know what's going on in and around this neighborhood. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, my name is Quinton and I'm gonna be your realtor for the next few minutes. If you do me a huge favor, go down below and drop a like on the video. It truly does help support the channel. And if you don't wanna miss out on anything when it comes to the San Antonio real estate market, we encourage you guys to subscribe. Without further ado, let's go check out this gorgeous property. In Caliza Reserve, the model home for Chesmar is gonna be the Savara. It's 3,600 square foot, 1-story home, 4-bed, 4.5 baths. Has all the bells and whistles, 3-car garage, game room, study. Obviously, as you can see, it's on a massive lot. So in this neighborhood, they're gonna be minimum half acre, but go all the way up to a full acre. And the price point starts in the mid 800s, but to be honest with you, most of their inventory and homes that you would buy in here are gonna be plus or minus $1 million. If we start on the exterior, again, you saw the big lots. This is what kind of Chesmar is known for, the bigger lot homes, but they do also have that stone stucco look and they like the darker tones, which I'm a huge fan of. Then as we approach, you're gonna see a cool little covered porch area right here. Maybe drink some morning coffee, take in the sunset, sunrises. But the biggest thing I wanted to notate is this insane door. So this is like a 10-foot door. It's glass and metal accented. This is obviously an upgrade, but something I definitely wanted to notate that you could do. And then as soon as you get inside, you can already see the back of the home and really the lot. I mean, huge lot. You have a bunch of green space back there. Talk about that here a little bit more in a little bit. But starting on the right is gonna be your formal dining area. So a pretty good sized space. It's a little bit separated from the kitchen, but it does have a little walkway right here on the left that we'll see in a little bit. They currently have a 6-seater in here. I think that's probably perfect. You more than likely get an 8-seater in here, but that fits really well, especially with that wine rack that they did back there. Some of the things you are gonna see in here are gonna be upgrades. It is a model home. They're trying to show you what you can do with the home. Nonetheless, kind of really like that wine cellar look. And then you do have plantation shutters over there as well. Give you a sneak peek at the heart of the home. Real quick, such a nice property, but let's go check out this first bathroom. So you're gonna have your half bath right here. Pretty good size. This is gonna be perfect for guests since it's right off the entryway. And then this is gonna be the first bedroom. So it is a bedroom, but it also has kind of like a sitting area. So I think this would be amazing for a mother-in-law suite or in-law suite of some sort, because they literally have their own dedicated like movie, sitting area, TV room, whatever. And it's attached to a bedroom. So a really good sized bedroom. Obviously a lot of furniture going on in here. Good amount of windows too, but it does have a door that closes and locks. So they have their own privacy with a bathroom. And I mean, this is a nice bathroom. They have a extended single vanity with a bunch of cabinets, full stand-up shower, which is awesome. And then over here is gonna be the closet. So really good sized closet. I mean, this room in itself is the size of some primary bedrooms that we see on this channel. Nonetheless, before we get to the heart of the home, you do have a coat closet here on the left. So nice little storage opportunity. And then boom, you have the living room, second dining with the kitchen on the right. I'll actually start over here on the left with the living space. Really good sized living room. These are gonna be obviously elevated ceilings. They're probably pushing 14 or 15 feet, which is awesome. And I love that ceiling design with the beams that they did up there. Looks fantastic. You also do in the middle have a fireplace, which is awesome. But overall, this is just a huge room. So much space to configure however you like, whether it's a sectional or how they kind of have it now. What I do love as well is the indoor-outdoor feel that you can get. So these actually collapse all the way. They're not normal traditional sliders. So you truly can have that indoor-outdoor, leave this open during, you know, some of the cooler days in San Antonio, which would be really nice. And then you do have some additional glass up there, which is awesome as well. I love when you're on this land and you have all these huge windows to bring in a bunch of natural light. This is gonna be your secondary dining situation here. They put a round table. I would probably prefer a square. Nonetheless, you can sit probably up to 6, more than likely probably 4 comfortably, but still another secondary dining opportunity and some really nice windows right there as well. And then we switch right here into the kitchen. Absolutely ginormous island. You can see 5 more people for dining there, but they did the nice waterfall edge and everything there, which is amazing. Really good centerpiece. They also did some really nice oversized pendant lights. And then you just have cabinets along this whole back wall. So just gorgeous all the way through, and they actually are extended as well with the glass accents up top. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan when they kind of like do that book match or they do the countertop as the backsplash, but if you don't like that as well, the good thing about Chessmart is they are a semi-custom home builder. So if you don't like the colors and you like the floor plan, you can always build from the ground up and put your own finishes and touches into the home. I do like, however, how they did the 2-tone cabinet look. I really think this natural tone here is kind of just amazing. I'm such a fan of it. Nonetheless, sink is gonna be in the island, so you can entertain while doing the dishes, or if you're like me, I like to watch TV while I'm doing the dishes, so this is perfect for that. And then you do have a reverse osmosis system there as well. They have the cafe appliances, and this is going to be the 6-burner option. So you do have gas in this neighborhood, which is awesome. And then up top, you have that cabinet wrapped vent hood, which is also a nice touch. Built-in stove, which is always amazing, and then just more cabinets over here on this side. And I think this would be perfect for like a buffet. When you have people over and you're hosting, you can just put all the food here and they can kind of come and get it as they wish. Speaking of storage, if the cabinets weren't enough, you have this pretty good size pantry as well. So whether it's for food or the big box items on the bottom, like waters, Gatorades, you have this space for it. And then right here is back to the front of the home with that dining space. So overall, like I mentioned earlier, this is one of my favorite models we've done so far, probably my favorite model we've done so far, and we're not even halfway through. So right here is gonna be that side-mounted 3-car garage, and they actually use this as their kind of like design center as well. So as you can see on the left, you have exterior selections, bunch of tile, the flooring. Again, you can really make these homes your own by picking all the finishes throughout, interior and exterior. The biggest thing is you pick from their floor plan. So really good thing to notate about Chessmart. And then right here off that 3-car garage, you do have a nice little mud bench area with seating and a bunch of cabinets as well, which is nice. On the right is going to be a little coat closet or storage closet, which is nice. And then you get to another secondary bedroom. They're kind of staging it as a, fitness room, if you will. This is another bedroom. It is on the smaller side, which is okay. I mean, if it's a kid's room, it's not the end of the world, right? But it is a little bit smaller. But every room in this house does have its own bathroom. So floating vanity. This one does have a tub shower combo and a little bit of a different interior selection or color selection. And then right here is the closet. Something else I wanted to notate is this room doesn't have any carpet. So if you wanted to do something similar, again, semi-custom home builder, you can do a lot of great things with that. Nonetheless, you have your laundry, and I love how they have this little pup cleaning station, but you do have obviously enough space, washer and dryer. They put some hanging room on the left with some cabinets up top and some more cabinets on this end. And that's gonna be a pass through to the primary. We'll see that here in a little bit towards the end of the video. because the primary is gonna be on this side of the home. But before we go there, let's go check out this left side of the property. So we are gonna be in the back left corner of the home, and you're gonna have another secondary bedroom. So this is gonna be the third bedroom of the home. Still a really good size. And again, all of the bedrooms in this property have their own bath. So single vanity with the tub shower combo. And maybe you have adult kids, right? And you don't want the tub shower combo. Like I mentioned, this is a semi-custom home builder. So you can obviously remove that if you choose to. Something else I want to notate that I like about Chesmar is they have those fan switches, which is really, really nice. Nonetheless, another room, this is gonna be that game room I was telling you about. It's not necessarily a movie room because it does have all this glass or windows letting in a bunch of light, but nonetheless, it is a good space for a game room. It's pretty good size. I would use it more than likely exactly how they're using it, as kind of like a pool table or ping pong table room, and then put some TVs in here, maybe put like a bar, make it kind of like a man cave, if you will. But you have a secondary way to go outside for the backyard, and maybe I have to unlock it, I apologize. But boom, you then walk out here into your covered patio. So I like how big this covered patio is. You have that left section over there, as well as the main section right here. So really good size, oversized covered patio. Love how they have that elevation that continues out here. This gives you a lot of versatility, whether you want to eat outside, just have a sitting area, relax, grill, right? You have so many options with this covered patio. And then if you look, just a really good sized backyard. I mean, obviously, right, it's a half an acre, so it better be a big backyard, but still so much space, again, to do whatever you want with. I've seen clients put pools back here, sports courts, leave it natural and deer come by, right? There's so many different opportunities you can do with this backyard. On that left side, you can see how they put the cornhole area or the bags area. And then here on the right, those green tubs are gonna be your septic. So you are gonna be on a septic system. But again, as you can see from the drone shots, just so much opportunity back here with this blank canvas of a backyard. Now let's talk about the location. So we're gonna be about 15 minutes south of downtown Boerne on I-10. So whether you go north or south, you'll either go to San Antonio, and if you go north, you'll go either to Boerne or further into the hill country. So we'll start with Boerne. Boerne is kind of like that small town charm that you think of when you think of small cities in Texas. You have a really quaint downtown. They call it the Hill Country Mile. A bunch of shops, boutiques, food, things of that nature down there that are really nice. You also have Boerne Lake. You have a river. You have so much stuff going on in Boerne. And then if we go north further than Boerne, you'll get into the hill country, into Fredericksburg, Comfort, all that kind of stuff, where you have some great hikes, you have some great views. And if you go to Fredericksburg, you're gonna have great wine and other dining and entertainment options. If we flip the script and go the other way on I-10 towards San Antonio, where I-10 meets 1604, you'll get to the Rim and La Cantera. Great shops, great dining there. Actually, some of the better dining areas in San Antonio are gonna be located there, which is awesome. Some newer franchises as well going on there. And that's where Six Flags is also gonna be. So more amazing shopping, dining, and entertainment. If we go further into San Antonio to downtown, that's gonna be probably about 40 minutes to actually downtown San Antonio. And then obviously you have everything that downtown has to offer, whether it's the Riverwalk, the Alamo. I mean, those are tourist spots, but still you have some more dining down there. And then we're gonna probably be about 35 or so minutes from the international airport. Obviously this is all depending on traffic. Nonetheless, still a great location like I mentioned earlier. If we go back into the neighborhood and talk about what's going on in here, everything's gonna be on minimum half acre all the way up to full acre lots. So if you buy an inventory home, it's gonna be somewhere in that mix, or if you choose to build on your own lot and pick a lot in here, you have plenty of options to choose from, with some of the lots with higher elevations, giving you some pretty nice views of, you know, the hill country and things of that nature. If we're looking at the HOA, it's gonna be $600 a year. To be honest with you, it doesn't come with much. comes with common area maintenance, and you do get walking trails. It's a very middle of the road HOA, if you will, for San Antonio. But the biggest draw for this neighborhood is gonna go back to those lots. Again, half acre all the way up to full acre. I mean, you could put a pool, basketball court, pickleball court, and still have plenty of space to run around and have fun with the kids or the animals, right? So that's gonna be the biggest driving factor for this neighborhood. That's why all my clients always ask me about Caliza Reserve. Last thing I wanted to talk about regarding this neighborhood is going to be the tax rate. It's a big thing here in Texas. The tax rate in this neighborhood is gonna be at 2.33%. That does include what we call a public improvement district. So they did improvements to the land, and that's getting passed on to the, obviously, homeowners. It's pretty hard to get away from public improvement districts in San Antonio, especially with new construction. But this is honestly in the middle of the road, could be much higher in this area because, again, there was improvements done to the land. With all that being said, though, let's go back inside and check out the rest of the property. So we're gonna enter now through the living space, kitchen right here, and we're gonna now go check out the last few rooms of the property. So right off the primary bedroom, you're gonna have an office space. Not the biggest we've ever seen on the channel, but still a really good size. And again, more amazing natural light from these huge fixed windows. I'm such a fan of that. And then tucked in its own area is going to be the primary bedroom. So a really good sized primary bedroom. I mean, there's so much space to walk around, and they still have a bunch of furniture in here. I love the cathedral or like vaulted ceiling. They obviously elected to put all of the beams up there, which is nice. And then a bunch more natural light coming in from those huge windows. Really big fan of that. And then we have double doors going into your primary bathroom. So straight away, dual vanities, kind of his and hers, or each partner has their own area. You also have kind of like a wardrobe type cabinet in the middle with a bunch more on the bottom, which is awesome. And then right across, you're gonna have kind of like a get ready area. So more cabinets, a little seating area with a nice mirror. And then you have this insane bathroom, or I'm sorry, this insane shower and tub combo. So they have the glass on either side with the entryway in the middle. It's very spa-like. You have the kind of like a water fixture there for the shower with the drain, and then all that like marble going on, tile work with the tub on the other side. And I really love this. I love how they put the diverter far away so you won't get wet before you get in, get scared by some cold water. And then down there is gonna be a nice little bench area for you to sit if you'd like. Over here is gonna be the water closet right here. And then we have the walk-in closet. So single closet, but a bunch of space on this side right here. And then you almost kind of have like a secondary area on the right. So each partner also can kind of have their own area, their own space. And then right here is gonna be the low voltage for the home where your modem would go. That's by BSG, which is awesome. So a central hub for that. And then you do have your sub panels in here, which is actually gonna be that laundry room we looked at earlier. So here's that pass through. And just to give you a little orientation, that's gonna be the garage. We're now in the kitchen. That's gonna be that like game room area. Obviously the backyard, primary over there. Such an awesome home. All in all, I thought this was an amazing model. Like I said, this is my favorite that I've done on the channel to date, but I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. So go down below, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and your favorite feature. Alongside that, if you're looking at making a move to the greater San Antonio area, I want to be your real estate resource of choice. If you go down in the description or scan the QR code on screen, you'll see all my contact information. Please don't hesitate to reach out so I can be a resource for you and your family. If you want to check out a video where I rank all the builders in San Antonio, click here. We'll see you on the next one.